The Weeknd is clarifying his statements and what he really thinks about Usher's hit song Climax, and Usher has taken to social media with his own response. Hey everyone, it's Sussan Mourad here with Clevver Music, bringing you all the latest music updates from my at-home studio. And as we reported yesterday on Clevver News, The Weeknd opened up in an interview about how he believes Usher's Climax was inspired by his own music. If you missed the story yesterday, click right over here to catch up on all the details. The Weeknd told Variety, quote, "House of Balloons literally changed the sound of pop music before my eyes. I heard Climax, that Usher song, and I was like, holy that's a Weeknd song." Before we move on, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss any new music updates. And keep watching because the tea is really hot today, you guys. The Weeknd continued to add, "It was very flattering. I knew I was doing something right, but I also got angry. But the older I got, I realized it's a good thing." What Abel is basically saying is that he realized imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Once the interview came out, fans were quick to take sides and some of them weren't happy with what The Weeknd said about Usher's song. After seeing the online backlash, Diplo, who actually produced Climax, posted a series of tweets to clear the air. Diplo said, "The production on Climax lends itself to House of Balloons era, The Weeknd. When I heard those early records, they blew my mind. Soulful in their silences and a spacey, iconic voice that felt uniquely internet. The idea of R&B having dark edges was what I wanted to bring to Usher." So Diplo confirmed that the song did indeed draw influence from The Weeknd's House of Balloons mixtape. Diplo continued tweeting, "One of my favorite voices of all time. I'm glad Usher, Ariel, Eric, and I all got together to make that epic song. I remember I had the title of the song before I had the beat. It was conceptual from the beginning." The DJ and producer ended his thoughts by saying, "It was a song that always had a crescendo but never felt like it reached the peak. Kind of like some relationships never make it to where you want them, but for a moment it could feel like ecstasy." The Weeknd retweeted Diplo's initial tweet and added his own thoughts about the statement. He said, "Of course media blows things out of proportion and takes things out of context. Usher is a king and always an inspiration, so it was flattering to hear what him and Diplo did on Climax, XO." So it looks like The Weeknd truly was flattered by Usher's song being influenced by his own sound and has nothing but love and respect for the fellow artist. Now, before I tell you about Usher's response to the situation, comment down below and let us know what your initial thoughts were about The Weeknd's statements regarding Usher's Climax. The Weeknd and Diplo weren't the only artists who chimed in on the situation. Fellow musician Eric Bellinger inserted himself into the conversation by reposting a headline onto his Instagram feed that read, "The Weeknd believes he inspired Usher's 2012 hit song Climax," with the caption, #Climax Challenge, tagging in The Weeknd for the love of R&B music. Along with the headline, Eric also posted a comment thread showing a fan comment that read, "Eric Bellinger, please start the challenge. Let's hear him hit those notes." To which Eric replied by writing, "I'm finna do one right now. Y'all think The Weeknd will accept the challenge?" Eric was also a huge part of Usher's album Looking for Myself, which features, you guessed it, Climax. It's safe to say he is probably not here for The Weeknd's statements regarding the song. Then Eric posted his version of the Climax challenge. Take a look. Well, what do you think? Do you think he nailed the challenge? Honestly, I think he killed it. Page 6 reached out to Eric to ask him why he started the challenge, and he said that it was a lighthearted way of addressing the situation. He further said, quote, "I definitely felt offended. For one, I was there through the whole album making process. And two, that's like my big bro. I knew Usher wasn't going to say anything. I knew no one else was going to say anything. You know, that's The Weeknd, #1 artist in the world. But I just feel like we live in a day and age where nobody holds anyone accountable." Eric inspired thousands of others to participate in the challenge, as well as none other than Usher himself, who took to his Instagram stories to post a clip of him singing Climax.
"Going nowhere fast, we've reached the climax. We're together, now we're undone. Won't come in."
Wow, okay, just in case you somehow forgot how amazing Usher's voice is, now you've been reminded. Usher, being the jokestar that he is, also took to his stories to react to other people's Climax challenge videos.
Okay. tenor version. Okay, there you go. Nice.
But you guys, that wasn't Usher's only response to the situation. He also took to Twitter and tweeted what seemed like a subtle response to The Weeknd. Usher wrote, "Have you ever seen the moon bark back at the dog?" Sheesh. So it seems like Usher has no plans on directly responding to The Weeknd's claims, as fans are assuming that this tweet in particular, Usher is referring to himself as the moon and The Weeknd as the dog. One fan weighed in and replied to the tweet saying, "This statement is so ironic since you're subtweeting The Weeknd." Another fan wasn't afraid to share their opinion, replying with, "The dog just put out the album of the year. What about you?" Woo! I told you the tea was hot today, you guys, and all I'm gonna say is that we love The Weeknd and we love Usher, and a future collaboration between these two music legends would probably go down as one of the greatest R&B records of all time. Well, that's all I've got for you right now. I'm gonna go and rest my voice so I can work on this Climax challenge, but sound off in the comments section and click right over here to hear the latest on Drake's music. I'm your host, Sussan Mourad. I'll catch you later. Bye, guys.